In today's lesson, we are going to be talking about equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions are simply two or more fractions that represent the same amount or value, but with different denominators and numerators. To determine if two fractions are equivalent or not, we need to follow a simple process. First, we will write down the fractions side by side. Then we will ask ourselves, how can we get from one numerator to another? We do the same for our denominator. If we get from one numerator to another by multiplying or dividing, and we get from one denominator to another by multiplying or dividing, then the two fractions are equivalent. Let's take the example 1/3 and 3/9. To determine if they're equivalent, we ask ourselves, how can we get from the 1 to the 3? We all know that 1 times 3 equals 3. So the top part is check. So whatever you do to the top, you have to do to the bottom. So 3 times 3, in this case, equals 9, making 1/3 and 3/9 equivalent fractions. On the other hand, if we take the example of 2/6 and 4/8, we ask ourselves, how can we get from 2 to 4? So when we have to get from 2 to 4, we have to do times 2, which equals 4. So now we have to do 6 times 2, which is 12. And 12 does not equal 8. That means that 2/6 is not equal to 4/8. Finally, let's consider the example 3/7 and 4/9. So to try to solve this, let's do 3 times 1, which equals 3, which does not equal 4. 7 times 1 equals 7, which does not equal 9. And nothing else we do will enable us to get from 3 to 4 or from 7 to 9. Without doing any work and showing evidence from work, we can see that 3/7 and 4/9 are not equivalent fractions.